Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, a little more fun. This is something that I think a lot of us should be doing when we do events and we forget about, and we undervalue how important they are. And these are live audience polling apps. You want to know what your audience is thinking. You want to engage with them. And a lot of us fall into the trap of we're trying to get our content out there in a certain time frame, and we want to hit all the parts of our list. We want to talk about the problem and our solution, share our story, and get buy-in, talk about our offer, try to figure out how to get some call to action across, get people to sign up and take action. All these things, as we're walking through this in our head, we're trying to deliver our presentation, especially if we got a PowerPoint behind us or we're doing something, we're reading from a script, we don't engage enough with the audience. And this is an epic failure on our part. Being able to engage with the audience requires you to get them to participate actively in what you're doing. And the crazy thing is that there are all these free or extremely cheap audience polling apps that you can use. I'm just going to talk about 6 real quick that I've used or I've heard about that I think are pretty cool. There are dozens out there. This is by no means exhaustive, but these are some polling apps that people out there are using to be able to engage, to take a poll or a survey of their audience in real time while they're doing their presentation. And they work whether you're in a room physically with people or if you're doing it virtually. As long as your audience can use their phone and interact with you that way during your talk, during your speech, during whatever you're delivering as far as your content, is awesome to do. It's really a way to free things up. I know this for a couple reasons. First of all, my backstory is that I actually started my career as a teacher. I have a master's in education. And so I understand how people learn, how they engage, how to run a classroom. So it's not just the teacher lecturing to the students. It's actually a way to facilitate learning. And I incorporate that into everything I do. And one of the things that I really believe in, have seen work at every level, whether it be when I was a teacher, when I was working professionally, or now that I have my own business, engaging in your audience is hyper critical in having a successful talk and being able to get people to go and sign up for your services. To have them take your call of action and do something requires them to be fully engaged. And this is something that I really, really believe in. So I'll mention a couple different apps. The first one I came across that I know is quite popular, I checked it out. It seems pretty cool. I would say it's easy to use. From everything I've seen, there's tons of videos about it. And it's quite popular. It's called Poll Everywhere. And basically, people just use their phone, and like most of the other apps, they get a certain code from you that allows them, you give them the code while they're in the audience with their phones out, whether they be in person or online, and you have them reply to preset questions that you put into the app. You have them answer yes or no, or they can do short answers. Basically, it gives you real-time results and allows people to actually do comments in ways that can be quite fun and engaging, right? So say, for example, you want to be able to find out how many people own their own business in the audience you're talking to. And if you're on Zoom, you can say put 1 in the comments section. That's one way to do it. But another way where you can actually make it a little more engaging and interactive is have them all do some kind of polling environment where you can display their results in real time with a shared screen while they're typing it into their phone. These kind of apps are the ones I'll talk about mostly today, and Poll Everywhere is like that. It's pretty cool. The only drawback I found to most of these, including Poll Everywhere, is it doesn't allow social media integration where you can do the poll in real time on Facebook. You have to have it on your desktop and do a share screen, whether it's something you're doing on Facebook Live or on Zoom or any other streaming app. Most of them still are designed primarily for that audience participation in real audiences where people have their phones and you have your laptop showing your screen on a projector. That's what they're designed for, but they can be used for online. And I find that it may be better than doing the app polling you can do in some things like Zoom or StreamYard, because it gives people a chance to do something a little different. So check out Poll Everywhere. The next one is WonderPoll. It's very similar to Poll Everywhere. It gets a lot of good reviews, and it can be restricted to an audience, right? So you can preset who you want to have access to this, right? It's also more fun, and some people say it's not suitable for a serious business. It's kind of more for a community, for a tribe to answer. So if you're trying to do things more within your circle, It collects opinions and puts a comment system that you can post in your talk while you're giving it. This is something that I think is pretty cool to check out, WonderPolls. There are other ones out there I've used. This is one I think is probably the most fun. But if you're looking for one that feels more business, probably go with Poll Everywhere. The next one's one that I haven't used and I just came across in my research, and it's called SmartPoll. And basically, like the other two, it collects opinions, it collects comments, it allows them to be able to show them on your desktop or laptop if you're projecting things onto a screen. It allows you to create a profile and invite friends. So one of the cool things about SmartPoll is that you can use it before the event and after the event. It's not so much an in-event app as one that you can use on a regular basis to poll your audience. You can create A and B testing polls. You can do a lot of different things that allow you to get information, like what topics you should cover, what subtopics you should cover, what are the things that you want to do to help design the experience, whether it be pre-event or post-event. You can ask for feedback using SmartPoll. Another cool one, pretty simple one that seems pretty popular is called VoxVote, right? And this is really one where it's simple, like, pick an answer, a multiple choice or a yes or no answer, and your audience just selects answers to preset questions. And you can rank them pretty quickly, right? It's very visual. This is the kind of thing that when you have it behind you on a projector, or if you have it on your screen and you're doing a share screen, I think it's probably one of the better ones. Very interactive, very fun, very easy to see and where to really use. So VoxVote's probably the one I would recommend the most, just if you're looking for general quick answer questions where you want to find out, how many people in the room have started a business in the last 5 years? How many people in the room want to be able to make $1 million? How many people in the room want to be able to share their message? How many people in the room have written a book? Anything like that, simple things, VoxVote is probably the best bang for your buck. Another one kind of similar to VoxVote with a lot of visuals, and it allows you to do some additional segmentation to look at your audience based on gender and location and age groups. A little more analytical, a little less I think fun, is Polepop. It's really designed for social polling, and it helps figure out where people are coming from. It will give you the ability to ask questions that will be geared towards understanding your audience. Not as much interacting your audience, but understanding who they are and what their makeup is, what their age group is, their gender, location, etc. So if you're trying to poll your audience to get data on who's actually watching and interacting with you, check out Polepop. It's very similar to the demographics that you see like in Facebook Insights or any social media where you look at the data behind your page to see where your viewers are coming from, where people are who are liking you, what are their ages, what are their demographic breakdowns. Check out Polepop for that. Okay, so the last thing I'll talk about today is SurveyMonkey. It's an app we probably have all used, right? SurveyMonkey's got a lot going for it. Because it's been around a long time, and they have some really detailed tools that help you make really cool surveys. And there's something you can share across platforms. You can share it. You can embed it on your Facebook page. You can embed it on a website. You can put it on your phone. You can do it while you're live streaming. It's very, very useful. They have apps for both Android and iOS in the app stores. The only problem with SurveyMonkey is that to really get your value out of it, you want to have an upgraded version of SurveyMonkey. The free version does not give you a lot of options for polling. But if you're already paying for SurveyMonkey, or you do surveys, just general surveys of an audience on a regular basis, you might as well use SurveyMonkey to poll your audience in real time if you're streaming or if you're presenting from a room. If you're doing that, then check out SurveyMonkey. Why pay for something extra? Use what you got, and it easily integrates your responses into a lot of analysis. So if you're trying to really get information from your audience, kind of like Polepop, where you're looking to build demographic profiles for your audience, SurveyMonkey may be a better way to go. I recommend SurveyMonkey. I've been using it since it first launched way back in, 10 plus years ago. I do pay for it, so when I do surveys, I tend to use SurveyMonkey, but I love some of the other apps. They're more fun, they're less standard, they're free. So check them out. So whichever app you use, you want to engage with your audience. That's really the key, right? The whole point of this talk is that you want your audience to be part of solving their own problems. You want to bring them into the process that allows them to be part of the journey from identifying a challenge to working on fixing that challenge to enjoying the solutions, enjoying the benefits, right? All right, so that's my talk for today. I hope it helped. Again, those are the 5 different apps, plus SurveyMonkey, that I would recommend using for online polling of your audience. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop it below in the comments section, or go to our website, sonicva.com. That's sonicva.com, and send us a message. Basically, what we want you to do is think about the things that you're doing right now that keep you busy, things that prevent you from doing everything you want to do to grow your business. Let us take some of those things that you can delegate, some tasks like social media management, or setting up events, or managing your customer database, sending out emails, doing a newsletter, whatever you think you could have somebody else do to free yourself up. Let us know. So go to sonicva.com, send us a quick message, or drop a comment below. We will get in touch with you. We'll figure out what it is that we can peel away from you so that you can focus on what you do best, by letting us take care of all the rest. Again, thanks for your time. Now, I encourage you all to go out there and have a wonderful day.